Pot switching the SX-3700. Good Friday morning to you, YouTube. It is 11:27 now. At the bench again, and what I want to share with you at the beginning of this video is this little tripod here. This I believe, and I can't remember for sure. I have no memory. You know me, but I believe this came with the spotlight that I was given to review, and so I think that's where it came from. Now this is a kind of a unique little thing. It makes into a tripod, as you can see right there. Very handy. You know, it is tripod. Is it 1, 2, 3 legs? So it does that, and then it also folds up. Let me show you this, and becomes a trigger type. Of course, you'd have to adjust this up like this. But it becomes a trigger type, not trigger type, but a handle type for doing the same thing, which is very, very handy, I think. That's interesting. Huh. Well, anyway, I just thought that was the handiest thing. I think I need to clean my ZE1. It's getting dirty. That size not too bad. But anyway, it is the handiest little thing, I think. I wish I knew where they sold these at. I think I'd buy another 1 or 2 of these because, like I said, it's just a handy gadget. I don't have it. Apparently, there's a little bit of a play in it, but that's not a big deal. I mean, how often are you going to do that anyway with it? So, like I said, that's the way that works. And again, you just take and do that, and then you just click these things up, and you can set it wherever you want it, like that. And that's pretty neat. So I've been kind of I've had this. I don't know if I even mentioned it before, but I've had this for a while, and I've been meaning to do this little blurb on it because, like I said, it's just a handy little gadget. So just wanted to share that with you before we got into the main action today. And the main action is going to be on the SX-3700. I forgot the model number. Yeah, that's what it is. What we're going to do is, let me get this back up here. What we are going to do is replace the, or not replace, but remove the volume pot that I just put in there. You can see, I think that's a good indication there with that faceplate just sitting on there. It's not been attached or anything like that. But I think you can see that just how short that is. I measured the difference. It's on the original pot was 25 millimeters, basically from this point that is up against the frame to the end of the potentiometer. It's 25 millimeters on this original one, and it's 17 on the new one. So that's 8 millimeters shorter that I would have to make up for. So. Again, I have decided, and I posted this on the community post, but I have decided to go ahead and take the other one out of the one out of the other receiver and put it in this one. And this is just the easiest one to get ready to sell, and that's the reason I want to do that. And I just figured it would be better that way. So that is the plan. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I've just got that plate just sitting there. It's not fastened on or anything. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. And then we'll set this off the bench. And then we'll remove the other one. And put that one in this one. And we'll go from there. Like I said, the biggest problem with this is all those screws I pointed out in the last video. A lot of screws. And so that's why I want to go ahead and get it changed, and I think that's the easiest way to do it. There's a couple different reasons why I didn't want to use this one and try to lengthen it, because for one thing, the what do you call it here? There's a nut that fits on this that holds the faceplate on, the actual faceplate, the silver part. and that would not be able to be used with this because of the difference in the thread sizes. This one's smaller than the original, and that would not work. So again, I think that gives me more time to find a suitable replacement, and they are out there, I'm sure. A lot of these were made, like Bob said, you may find one that was that they're parting out. They part these things out a lot on eBay, and if you can just find the part at the right price, that's the way to do it. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. So you guys stick around here, and I've got the soldering iron heating up, and we're going to get this out, and we're going to get the new one in, and we're going to have fun. Alright, I have the volume pot, the one I put on yesterday, off the other receiver, and this is the donor receiver, I guess is what we call it. I just noticed this when I took the faceplate off. I hadn't seen this before. This is routed the wrong way, obviously. That's the string for the dial cord, and I got to get that back on. Of course, I can wait and do that after I get the faceplate off. I think it will allow me to do that. But looking at this, it goes through this little groove here, I think is where it should go, and it's gotten twisted here, so hopefully I can get that black piece all around there and get it back like it's supposed to be, and that's the plan. So that's the next step of a business here, is to get the black faceplate, this black faceplate right here, off, and once I get it off, it should allow me to get into that pot and take it out. And I'm hoping I can get that out. And I plan on putting this on its top, flat down like that on the bench. When I do this, I've noticed it's really difficult when they're sitting up on the edge like this to get that solder wick to work right. And so I think what I'm going to do is this, and turn it down like it's supposed to be, and then that should work out better, I hope. So that's the plan. Let me get started on that, and we'll get back to you. Alright, well, you can see I have the receiver on its top now, and this is going to be easier to get to this now. Also, I took off this, completely removed the black faceplate. It's just the little grain of wheat bulbs, I think is what they call them. These here is the only thing that was holding it in. So there's 4 of them here. I've got the correct I took a picture of it just to know where they went back, and like I say, they're pretty easy to remember, not too difficult. This is the receiver I won't be putting together right away anyway, so, but I just wanted to show you that I did get this flipped on its top. It's got a couple of these bent over. This one's bent over and this one's bent over, so I don't know that that was factory. It could be, I guess, but anyway, let's go ahead and get this out and go from there. Alright, for anyone who doubts me that this is the best way to do this on its top and some flat, as opposed to sitting up on its edge, this came out so easily. I was just amazed at how easy it came out. There's the pot, as it were, and like I said, the nice and clean holes, except for I did mess up that one because that was one of the ones that was bent, and when I went to straighten the pin after I thought I had got all the solder off, there was apparently some solder underneath the bent part that I didn't get to right. So I did get part of that trace off, but it's still viable. It will work. So that's that. That's the old one. That's the one I'm going to use to replace the one in the other one. This gets confusing. This is, I'm going to call the donor unit. This is the one with the bad FM. The FM problem that I can't find, I guess is the best way to put it. This thing's going to have to be taken apart pretty seriously. This board here is going to have to come off. If I ever do find the correct part for the drum, the gear, if I ever find that, then that will do that. But until I find that part, there's no sense in even thinking about any of the rest of this. It will just have to sit up on the shelf, as it were, and be there in case I need it. So that's what we're doing. So let me get this off the bench, and maybe I may put what I did on the other one was to put that black thing on, just to put the one screw in it to hold it there so I didn't lose it, basically. And that's probably what I'll do with this. I won't even bother putting those grain of wheat bulbs in. Those, if there's some ones that are not working, I probably will replace those with LEDs, because they are basically LEDs. And I mean, the shape or size of them, I should say. Obviously, they're not LEDs, they're light bulbs, but they didn't have LEDs back in the 70s. So anyway, like I say, let me put that back on, and I'll show you that before I set it down there. Alright, well there it is, all soldered back in, the replacement, and the donor, whatever you want to call it. And got the black panel just sitting on there. It's not pushed in yet. I'm going to do that next. I'm just going to put one screw in it like I did before, one nut on the shafts of the potentiometers to hold it, and then we'll test it out. Make sure it's working, and if it is, then we will continue on our journey of putting the black faceplate back on. One of the things I wanted to note, I'm going to oh, I know what it was. I did douse the donor volume pot in deoxit very well, and it is clean, I would think, anyway, as much as stuff as I had on there. I lost my little straw, and I had to just basically spray it in the holes as best I could, but it got doused, so it should be fine, I hope, and we'll see when we get it together. Alright, well, you can hear it is working just fine. So that's going to be that for that part of it. I've still got to get the black faceplate back on. I've got to get the switches back in like they're supposed to be in. Now, I didn't take the light bulbs out on this one, so I just have to. I don't have to remember anything. It's all together. I just got to get those switches back in where they screw into, and that's going to be the difficult part. Actually, I think it'd probably be better to try to get them in like this first, and then go from there. That's my opinion anyway, so we'll see what happens. And I'm not going to bore you with all that details. I'll show you the finished product once I get it completed, and we'll take a look at some other stuff that I want to do to this. Mainly, I don't know how you can see it in there. Inside there is a filter capacitor. There's two of them. There's one here and one here. I'm going to replace those. I don't care about the coupling caps that much. There's not a lot of stress on low voltage stuff like this, as opposed to the old tube days when there was 400 or 500 volts on a capacitor. That was taking its toll. But I don't think these are that bad. They seem to be working very well, and like I said, you can hear it sounds just fine. So that's gonna do me. Like I say, this will wrap up the this part of it, and if there's some more interesting stuff on this faceplate or something like that, I'll let you know. But I don't think there's going to be anything out of the ordinary putting it back on. So. You guys, in the meantime, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you.